Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Darby Hallman.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
And I can't speak. Jeff, how have you been this week?
Pretty good. How about you?
I've been alright. It was 4th of July. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that happened. I feel like so long ago.
Fireworks and beer and food.
Yep.
Lots of fun. Lots of good stuff. I've been able to play a lot of games this week. This has probably been one of my most busiest gaming weeks ever, which I've also had lots of schoolwork to do, so I'm just not being very responsible. But I played, first of all, I don't know, when we're ordering this, but I guess we're going right into it. I almost achieved my goal.
Yes, and so people who don't know, we started a thing last week where at the end of the podcast, we will say our goal as far as, what we want to play before the next podcast, and beginning of the podcast, we will say if we achieve those goals or not. And yeah, we'll be flexible to see how it goes.
Yeah. So my goal last week was to finish every possible combat choice for the Injustice 2 story. You can go back and choose the characters that you didn't choose. And I did that, but I had very few left to do, so that was kind of an easy goal. The other one was to finish the Witcher Hearts of Stone, the main story in the Hearts of Stone DLC. I came very close to that, and I would have been able to finish that if it wasn't for the fact that I kind of added a whole new game in there that I wasn't even considering last week, and that's Oxenfree. Now, I'm kind of a year and a half late on this one because it came back out in January 2016, but it was in one of those flash sales for $2, so I picked it up because I'd heard about it. Really, really fun game. It's around, people say it's 4 to 5 hours. For me, it was definitely, I think, more 6. So I guess I just
just took your time.
Yeah, I took my time with it. But me and my sister played it. She just watching me, and it's really, really cool game. It's one of those kind of walking simulator type thing. I still hate the term, but it's not first person. It's a third person view, and you're it's almost it's a 2D type thing, but it's more 2.5D or however they say that. It's
inside.
Yeah, kind of like that, but it's more of you are going around this map and because you're basically the premise is it's a bunch of teenagers or I think they're high school age kids who are they told their parents that they were going to a friend's house or something, and they snuck away to this island to camp and drink and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And once you get there, you're playing as Alex, this girl there, and she has this radio. It's just this old timey radio, and while you're hanging out being weird, awkward teenagers, and there's of course drama between all of them and everything. She she goes to this one radio station, and this weird, she's picking up this weird signal, and all these things start happening. She doesn't know what's going on, but then she keeps doing that, and it basically ends up opening up this weird triangle portal type thing, and you're well, that was weird. And then just from then on, things just start to get... It starts to become basically a horror game. It goes from just, it's, it's whatever, just nice little story to, oh, this is actually, this is, one of the scariest games I've played.
Interesting.
And it, happens really fast. And it's really cool. And they nail that, the soundtrack is great. It's, this 80s style soundtrack. It's like Stranger Things a lot. Even their dialogue with each other and everything. It's very Stranger Things. It's very much that kind of style, and just kind of the subtle weird storytelling and the weird things that they'll if you're looking close enough, you could be oh god, what's that? That's really creepy. That wasn't there last time. That kind of thing, and on top of that, the whole horror element of it was done great, and one of the best things about it was the relationship with the characters. Their dialogue was actually really smart and really well thought out, and depending on how you talk to everyone and everything, the ending can be very different. Your relationship with everyone can change a lot. So, and Also, the story is a complete freaking Inception, Interstellar, mind trip. It's really a lot of fun, and you're not going to completely understand understand it at the end, because I don't either. And it's definitely one you could replay and try to get different endings and stuff. So highly recommend it. Again, I got it for like $2 on a sale. It can't be that much more than that wherever you get it, though.
What I'm checking real quick is, let's see, go to the PlayStation Store. I'm trying to remember if I got it on PS Plus at any point in time.
I mean, it's a lot of people have talked about it. Like it's been a pretty well talked about game. That's kind of why I still knew about it and wanted to get it. So highly recommend that. I'll probably talk about it some more, because like I'm just kind of like really into that game, and it's one of those games that I've walked away from and I'm still thinking about, which is what I like to get out of the game. So Jeff, how did you do on your goal?
Okay, so I had two main goals. I just looked. I did not have Oxenfree, it's $20 on sale. I'm still looking to a Melee.
I got it for $2, you guys. $2. This is a steal.
First goal, play that Hitman demo thing. Did not happen. Partly because of my second goal. Okay, my second goal was, so I have good progress in Zelda. Complete 5 shrines. I far exceeded that. I started out with 97 shrines. I've now done on 120.
Hey! Congratulations, Jeff.
And so, yeah. And I've done all the side quests that I know of that I want to do and all the little stuff. So my next step is to go fight Ganon.
So that's next. Ganon's next.
So, I guess it's obvious. My goal is going to beat Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild by our next podcast.
Okay. So you abandoned one part of your goal, but you went like way further in the other side of it. So
yeah, I was still planning on doing it. Stuff came up at the last minute, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I'll keep on adding that. Make that part of my goal.
Try to make yourself do it. Yeah.
I want to for sure.
Okay. So all right. Yeah, we'll talk about our goals for next week at the end. But right now, I guess is that mostly what you've played this week?
Pretty much. Other than that, I played like 5 minutes of, getting a little ahead of ourselves. So there's a new Splatoon demo thing you can mess around with, because they're doing a Splatfest thing before the game's even out next week. But you can download it and make a character and mess around with it a little. So I did that for like 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm almost done with Zelda. Did all the shrines.
Nice.
Feels good, man.
It only took how many months?
4. But I haven't been consistently doing it, so.
I mean, it'll take me probably longer than that.
I think I checked before I came here. I'm like about 95 hours. Yeah.
I move slow through those games anyway, because I try to do everything, and I jump around. I juggle games a lot, so it'll take me a long time.
Yeah, I looked about everywhere on the map except for where Ganon is, so I'm just going to go there, try to look around the castle, to go fight him.
Nice.
I think I'm prepared.
Good.
The game says I am. Yeah, not... Everyone said about Zelda, it's hard to do more impressions for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've taught Zelda to death, and we've,
But next week, I guess I shall have overall impressions, since I will hopefully have finished the game.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
That's exciting. All right, Jeff, well, are you ready for the news?
Yep. We have some news. It's crazy news. So, let's jump right in. First thing, something I am very happy about. Not really much to say, not really from a particular source. Actually, I found this on NeoGAF from, so we give credit where credit is due. NeoGAF user Kubus made a thread saying, a Dutch PR company just confirmed to Gamer.nl that they are handling the PR for the Western release of Dragon Quest XI, thus confirming that the game is coming to the West. Platform/release date weren't mentioned. That's all there is to that.
Yeah, so we just know that it's coming. We don't know anything else.
I mean, you could always infer that it was coming before this, but I guess it's the closest thing to a confirmation we got.
There's actually someone working on it.
Yeah, for the PR. Yeah. But it's a Dutch thing, so you could part of me that was worried it's just going to come in Europe, but normally sell everywhere.
I highly doubt it would only go to Europe. Yeah.
So that's very exciting.
It is.
Yeah, I think it actually comes out this month in Japan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Have there been any, has anyone said anything? Has anyone played any of it and said anything?
Not that I have seen. What is cool is, as far as us goes, as far as what we may hear about it, it comes out July 29th. Ben Moore from the Easy Allies got a gift from a fan. It was a Japanese 3DS. So he might get the Japanese 3DS version and play that.
Nice. Well, is this pretty much like if it comes to America, and as long as it seems like it is the Dragon Quest that people want, is this like a day one buy for you?
Day one.
Because I know you grew up on this series.
Yeah, not crazy about it. Some people may think, because we haven't crazy about, but yeah, Dragon Quest 8 on the PS2 might be probably one of my favorite games of all time. So, and this is the first main console Dragon Quest. This is the last one that's kind of like that we've gotten. So even more exciting for me.
Yeah.
Because I think the only ones we've gotten since then are like 3DS titles and MMOs.
Weird how
I guess 3DS and then MMO, because I only did 2 between that, strangely enough.
Yeah, that's for a long stretch of time.
Yeah.
I really want, I think we've already had a conversation like this on the podcast before, but like, this is one of those I almost feel bad saying that like I like JRPGs and stuff like that when I haven't really played this series that much. This is like one of the like founding things that it seems like an essential JRPG that I need to play.
I will say this for you. I know we've talked about it, but there's Dragon Quest 8 for the 3DS. As graphic wise, it might be a downgrade or it might look as good in some parts, but they've added some stuff and it's still the same game.
Okay.
And they took out random encounters, which is nice for us now. You can they put the monsters on the field so you can decide if you want to fight or not.
Yeah. No, I'm a busy man. I don't have enough time to
deal with random encounters.
Yeah. To grind over and over again. We
will definitely be giving updates.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with our camera right now, Jeffrey.
New phone, Darby. New phone.
Yeah, you guys, again, we're just, we're figuring it out.
Yep. Okay, ready for the next piece of news, Darby?
Sure, Jeff. You say it and I'll try to figure this out.
Okay, we're staying with Square Enix. This comes from Alex Yelidov from IGN. Square Enix has announced a new game called Anti-Carnival. They said it in a fancier way than the trailer. While there's currently very little information about the project, an official website is live with a story outline and a trailer for one of the game's characters, Bernard. So yeah, really not much to the story.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Trailer. Everything.
It is a character trailer. It's in Japanese only, so we can't really get really anything about it. But the Square Enix game, I'm double checking. I don't even think they've said like platforms.
So would you rather have a weird trailer like this where you can't understand anything they're saying, or have the like really awful, poorly translated thing where they're just shoving text in front of you that's just like a grand adventure, a battle with friends, and stuff like words that mean nothing? Because I would almost rather have just the Japanese stuff.
Well, Dar, here's the thing. Looks like they could have had that in there, but we couldn't understand what it was saying.
Yeah, they might have just been saying that in Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, I always think that like those trailers must seem a lot better than just Japanese version, because so many of those JRPGs we just get awful English trailers for, where they just shove a bunch of words.
Yeah.
Because that's the cheapest thing to do.
Yeah, and there are gonna be a bunch of character trailers for this over the next week, and there's supposed to be a big reveal thing on July 18th for this game.
Oh.
So, yeah. We will probably have more on that.
I mean, yeah. New Square Enix game's cool. I didn't really care for the just visual style of it, but
yeah.
I mean, not that much to go off of. But everyone's just these weird, kind of marionette looking. It's just it was very weird, very weird.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So we go on to the next story. This is more up our alley, Darby.
Definitely,
or more to talk about. This comes from Jonathan Dornbush from IGN. The long-rumored and discussed character Doomfist is now live in Overwatch's public test region, Blizzard announced. After a tease earlier this week, which also explained previously added damage to various parts of Overwatch. I'm bad.
Noombani.
Yeah, Noombani map. I've heard that thing a lot, but
is that? I guess that is how it's spelled.
Doomfist has been made playable as the latest hero to join Overwatch's lineup. The newest playable hero can deal range damage via his primary attack, the hand cannon, and slam into the ground and knock enemies into the air via his secondary attack, rocket punch. In the midst of battle, Doomfist can unleash his ultimate ability, Meteor Strike, to launch into the air and crash back down to Earth. Other attacks include the Seismic Slam, which knocks opponents toward Doomfist and a target area to deal more damage. We won't read all that part. Let's see. And if you're into the Overwatch lore, a fictional news report on the Overwatch blog teased that Reaper broke Doomfist out of jail, allowing him to reclaim his gauntlet. Officially referred to as Akande Ongo Demo, I butchered that in the report, he would be the third known character to bear the new Doomfist mantle.
And I finally played Overwatch for the first time in a very long time last night. And when you're on New Bonnie, you see like the map's actually different. You see like where he busted in, and there's like there's like a lot of damage around everywhere because you've seen like I like how they do like subtle things like that.
Yeah.
To, like
I guess they did it based on that animated trailer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Which is all like anime style. Like
more of that, please. That's fun stuff.
Well, it's really cool how they'll just change up the art style for those things, and it's really cool. So, Doomfist, Jeff, how do you think? Like, what do you think about his moveset and how he looks?
It fits me.
That's
the way I like to play.
That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, Blizzard likes to give the characters difficulty rankings, and he's a 3-star apparently. So we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely give him a try though. He's right up my alley.
It's cool to have like a real like melee character. It seems like in many ways, like from a lot.
Reinhardt's the only one we've had. Technically,
he's really like the only one I can think of. Yeah, and even he's more of like he's definitely melee, but he's more of a defense thing where you kind of hold back or at least some. I mean, Doomfist is just all out. It looks like all out attack. Like you run up there and go crazy, which is really cool. And from what I've just obviously we're not PC people. We haven't been able to play him on PTR. Like we'll have to wait until he comes to consoles because we're
scrubs.
We're scrubs like that. But from what I've heard, people are saying that like the hand cannon thing isn't really even that relevant to his moveset. It's mostly the punches.
Yeah, the hand cannon for little I saw kind of like, well, we got to give him a range attack. Yeah, this is a shooter.
Like apparently, some people use that as like a final blow. Like you punch him and then you can do that.
Yeah,
and sometimes finish him off. But it seems really cool because he seems like he'd be an awesome like kind of positioning character because you can run up to a crowd of people like around the point and just like punch them all up into the air, or you can slam down. It brings them all closer. Like it's just a lot of like controlling where everyone is. That seems really cool. And I even say like he'll uppercut to like jump up onto a platform too. There's a lot of like it seems like there's really cool uses that they're doing with him. And I don't know if he'll be my type of character just because, he looks a little too heavy and I don't know if I'd do great with the melee thing. I'm going to try him for sure. And I think he's probably, he might be like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I think he might be the most interesting new character that they've, just kind of moveset, different.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Sombra is pretty weird and different.
I don't know, but I think they're doing a good job with the characters.
Well, I'm not even saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that he's really I think that it's a cool idea.
Yeah. So obviously, Darby, the next character they're gonna add is gonna be a defense character, right? We got them 2 offensives, a tank, and a support character.
Yeah, I assumed that this next one was gonna be a defense character because even me and my roommate were saying last night that there's a lot of offensive characters now.
Yeah. I think they're more offensive or at least tied it when the game originally came out, but then they've added 2 more.
Yeah. Which I'm guessing there'll be another defense character. But even some people were saying defense is almost not even really defense anymore. It's more of just kind of specialty character. Some of them even all the classes for Overwatch, I've never thought in Overwatch they're never really completely set in stone. They're almost just kind of suggestions or it's a way to kind of group them together, but even within offense, defense, tank and healing or support, there's a lot of variations. Symmetra is kind of not even really a healer. She doesn't really fit exactly in there. So, they could do something different and still have it defense, but
yeah.
Defense
is a weird name for it.
Yeah.
I guess if we're gonna go with these kind of generic class-name, I guess, technique or something.
Yeah, or just specialty or something might be a better word. But also, it's cool. Like, this game's just evolving so much too. Like, at one point, it might have made more sense.
Has that moon map been added? I haven't played it forever.
My roommate said it was. So I didn't see it at all last night, and we played for like 4 hours.
Okay.
And I didn't see it once, but he said it's on there. So
okay. Well, we'll need to play sometime soon.
Yeah. No.
Especially when Doomfist comes out.
Yeah, I admit, like, playing it last night, I realized how much I missed that game. The game's so much fun to play, especially when you have friends. I mean, that's what makes the whole thing worth it. So, if you are an Overwatch player, be excited for Doomfist. But Jeff, what the sad undertone, like the sad news under the writing here? No Terry Crews.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm disappointed. He visited Blizzard. He looks like what it looks like Doomfist.
Yeah.
It all just made sense. I thought that's what it was gonna be, but no.
But then he had to try to do an accent.
Yeah. And that's what I've heard. Like, I think Blizzard likes to get voice actors from the place that these characters are supposed to be from. So I think they actually.
I'm okay for that.
Oh yeah, that's great. I'm mostly joking about it. I didn't think it would have been funny, but I like that they do that. I think they actually got someone like from like there. Yeah, I think they did the same thing with Ana and Sombra and everyone. So that's cool. That is very cool.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Make it more authentic.
Indeed.
Okay. So Darby, we got some video game animation news. You ready?
Yeah, I am. Okay. I think video games TV now?
Might be.
Alright.
Might be the future. Okay, this comes from Alex Osborne from IGN. Netflix has renewed its animated Castlevania series for a second season, despite, as of time of recording, it premiering yesterday. While the first season of the video game inspired adaptation spans 4 episodes, Netflix has increased the episode count for season 2 to 8. So yeah.
It's weird how that happens when something gets renewed like immediately when it's
released. Yeah, Netflix can be weird like that. So it's kind of scary when things aren't renewed like within the first week sometimes. Like, when are they going to renew this show? Something they do it right away.
Yeah. I really want to watch this and then come back and talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, we should definitely do that, especially since it's 4 episodes and I heard it's only like 25 minutes. So it's less than 2 hours to watch the whole first season.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that short. Yeah. That makes me think this was almost just kind of like a test run, like just to see if this would work. Which I would understand some skepticism, because video game adaptations to anything never really go that well.
I think I saw it's pretty good. I haven't tried to look too much into it. But, just so people know, we're not the biggest Castlevania guys.
No.
We haven't really played them, especially not in a long time, so...
I played them as a kid. I don't remember anything, really.
So, any opinions we have of this is not based on what we feel about the source material, pretty much.
No. But it is interesting. Like, I want these to succeed because, like... I mean, like, if we could actually find cool ways to adapt like video game stories into other forms or whatever, if we can actually do it okay, then I think that would be cool. And maybe I think animated and TV like this, I feel like it's easier to do that than everyone trying to do a live action movie of everything, because it just never really works and it never really fits. But this is cool. Like when it's just an anime type thing, I think it can work a lot better, because anime stories are already kind of like there's somewhat similarities to video game stuff like that, and I just feel like it's easier to move that there. So, and especially if Netflix is going to be involved, if they want to keep doing these, which I mean, it's not. Sorry, Jim, I'm dying. But it would be cool if Netflix continued to, pursue this type of thing.
And they might be. Yeah. This next article comes from Joe Screbbles from IGN. Adi Shankar, the producer of Netflix's Castlevania Netflix show, that's a weird way of putting it, he put Netflix twice, but okay, IGN, has revealed that he will be creating an anime set in the Assassin's Creed universe. Speaking on Facebook, Shankar didn't give any concrete details about a release date, characters, or a setting. All we know at this point is that Ubisoft has asked him to create an original story. When reached for comment regarding details about the show, a representative for Ubisoft told IGN, "We're working with Adi Shankar on some projects, and we'll have more to share at a later date." So, Yeah, same guy who just did the Castlevania series who got renewed doing an Assassin's Creed anime. So yeah, but I guess the difference is this may not be on Netflix.
Mm. I just lost the dot, but I'll just talk to you. I like Assassin's Creed seems like a weird one. Out of all the ones that I thought would be chosen, it's an odd one, but
redemption for that movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's almost just like, I mean, it's like, if you pitch Assassin's Creed anime, I'm like, that's weird, but if you just said, like, like, anime set in the historical, like, times or whatever, I'd be like, okay, that'd be cool. So, I mean, like, that's basically what this would probably be. I don't know, I mean, I guess, I mean, the thing, if they do that, I'm interested to see how deep they go into the simulation thing.
Yeah.
Because the games themselves have been getting further and further away from like the modern day sci-fi part of the Assassin's Creed universe. So I would be interested to see where a show, if they would like go into that or if they would just kind of abandon it too.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because it says on here Ubisoft asked him to create an original story. So
yeah,
see how much liberty they give him. Yeah,
I mean, I kind of like that kind of stuff has always been a little weird and kind of dumb to me. So I almost kind of hope that they kind of, or at least if they're gonna do it, make it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have more opinions on, I guess, this after we watch Castlevania, whether we like this guy or not.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few clips of the Castlevania thing. And I did think it looked really cool, but I need to see more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Darby, are you ready for the next story? You're done. We're done talking about animes.
Yes. I don't know if I'll be able to read along with you anymore, but
okay,
I'm ready.
Okay, so this next story comes from Alex Gilidov from IGN. A new first-person roguelike called City of Brass is in the works from developer Uppercut Games, which features some ex-BioShock developers. Players will explore a dangerous Arabian Nights themed city and complete procedurally generated quests in the hopes of reaching the city's biggest treasures. Players will need to avoid plenty of traps and enemies along the way, as well as seek help from genies who act as shopkeepers, offering upgrades and items. That's a bad wish. You know, you're like, hey, genie, be a shopkeeper. Bad wish. You'll have a whip and scimitar, never knew how to pronounce that, at your disposal to make your journey a bit easier. The whip allows you to disarm and grab enemies, and also swing across rooftops by grappling onto specific structures. City Brass will launch for PC this fall, followed by a PS4 and Xbox One release in 2018. So yeah.
Okay, so my immediate thing with this trailer was it doesn't visually look that impressive to me. Like, it kind of looks like a little bit of a like dated game. Like it looks like a game that might have come out several years ago, at least to me.
Yeah.
But the gameplay itself might be interesting, and I do see like there's some weird little like BioShocky hints to it. Like even like he runs up and there's like a shop vendor. You know, you do that.
Yeah.
And stuff, kind of like the Circus of Values thing in BioShock. So there's like little things that I think they're obviously trying to probably hint at there.
Maybe this is a roguelike game, procedurally generated. See how that is. That stuff could affect.
That stuff is always a little risky.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear procedurally generated, especially after No Man's Sky, it's always like, well, we'll see.
Yeah. But this is not exactly trying to go on the scale of No Man's Sky, at least, which should help.
Yeah. Be more realistic. I wish that I kind of like I don't feel like the trailer was the best. I kind of just wished it could have shown the game in a little bit of a different way, or they could have waited until they had some more story things to talk about, or anything else, or just any a little bit more, because it was just kind of like sometimes I didn't exactly know what I was looking at.
I think there was another trailer which was like a CG or cinematic trailer. Okay. Might get a little more to the story part of it. But yeah, we saw the gameplay trailer for people who have seen both.
What did you think about it, John?
Thought it looked cool. I mean, gameplay looked interesting. And the Arabian Nights themed city. That's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely interested to see Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see all like the ex-Bioshock people.
Yeah.
Like,
Also
where
interesting to
they
see
go
for these
it.
type of games, I guess price point and everything, and what their expectations for it are.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm putting the ex-Bioshock people in here. That makes you think bigger, but this looks like it's a, smaller game, of course.
It does. I mean, yeah, it's probably a pretty small studio, even though it's ex-Bioshock things. But
Look cool.
yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the next story.
Kindle, figure out your Google Doc thing more. It's this is needlessly difficult. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm calling out Amazon. Fix it. Or fix my brain so that I can understand it.
Fix it, Mr. Amazon.
Please.
Okay, next story comes from Alex Osborne, IGN. Cuphead will remain exclusive to Xbox One and PC, developer studio NDHR has confirmed. The studio explained in a post on NeoGAF, yes, this Cuphead game is exclusive to Xbox and PC, with Steam and Windows 10 versions at launch and GOG release likely shortly after. The reason why... Oh, wait. Yeah. The developer also added that Mac version and potentially a Linux version will likely be available sometime in the future. I know a lot of people are probably hearing this and thinking, no duh. If you pay attention to Cuphead, it's obvious this was going to be Xbox exclusive, Microsoft exclusive, but the important thing of all this was, additionally, the studio confirmed that they own the IP. So while the first Cuphead game won't appear on PlayStation 4, it's possible that any potential sequel could be multi-platform. That's the real story here to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That while Cuphead could be a big exclusive for Microsoft now, it may not be in the future.
Which is interesting, because that's one of the big games that like Microsoft's kind of... that there's been buzz about from Microsoft.
Yeah. But there's also the thing of taking them this long, when would we get a sequel potentially?
Yeah.
And at this point, would this team want to make a sequel to this?
And also, I'm not 100% convinced that this game's going to be good after all the tortured development of it. It just kind of screams that it screams the Mighty Number 9 type thing to me, where it's like delayed over and over and over again. It seems like the development's kind of tortured, and it's like
hopes.
They would come out, very very high hopes. They'd come out and say something, and then they would kind of like walk it back quietly, and like Cuphead has been several different things and then been changed into something else with the whole, like, it was boss rush and then it was platforming and the platforming was bad, and then, like, this is one of those wait and see. This might be bad enough to where we don't get a sequel anyway, even if they want to make one.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to see.
I hope I'm wrong. Like, I really hope I'm wrong. I'm just a little worried
just for
about
their
it.
sake and as far as the game's reception potentially and the developer's sanity, because I think it's only technically a few people. They just kept with their original vision of a boss rush mode.
Yeah.
I know some people are not points for that, but still.
I mean, make the game that you think you should make and that would be best. Like, at some point you need to listen to fans, but also at the same time you need to try to make a good game. Like, I would rather have a good boss rush game than kind of a so-so rushed platformer.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have released the boss rush mode thing. It'd probably been a pretty cheap game. Cuphead, I think itself is pretty cheap, right, as it is now. Yeah. And then see how it's received, and then maybe add that platforming stuff later, and so they won't feel as rushed having to put it out like they probably did when people were like, "Hey, so where's the platforming?"
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm concerned that stuff's just going to be very rushed and
comes out next month.
Yeah,
so we will find out pretty soon.
We'll find out. I mean, like, I'm kind of morbidly curious about that one.
Yes,
because it just screams like, again, my number 9, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think it may not be received that bad, but I think people will could be disappointed in it overall.
Yeah,
because people hated Mighty Number 9.
Oh boy, they did, and which was crazy. How
people
much
still haven't gotten their stuff.
I know, yeah, like people who like kickstarted it and stuff and everything. I mean, that was just a disaster. Mighty Number 9 was a freaking disaster, and there was so much hype about that. I mean, it's crazy. That whole time in game, it was kind of weird with No Man's Sky and then Mighty Number 9, all that like stuff. It was just lots of very hyped games that did not deliver.
Okay, so Darby, got any more to say about Cuphead?
Not really. I want it to be good so bad. Art style is it's just such a cool idea, and the art style is so cool. I'm just worried, but
yeah. Well, we'll move on then. Okay, so I knew everyone missed it last week. Missed the Nintendo talk.
Yes.
Good news, everyone. We got the Nintendo block coming up.
We're back. Jeff was thinking about quitting the podcast if we had to go 2 weeks in a row with us without Nintendo talk.
Nah, there's happened to be Nintendo news this week, including a Direct. We'll get into that. First thing, the smallest story. Fire Emblem Warriors announced new characters. They released a trailer, which is, I think it was called like Warriors Awakening or something. So if you're a Fire Emblem fan, you might figure out that means it's focused on Fire Emblem Awakening characters. Characters announced during the trailer is Robin, the male version, which uses only magic from what it looks like. Lucina, just mainly in her mass morph form. Lissa, Crom's little sister, which uses an axe. And Frederick, it's like Crom and Lissa's butler, rides a horse and also uses an axe.
Okay, well, I understand that she couldn't be a healer in this game, but how did they arrive at Axe?
Because I think that one of her class up things could be use an axe.
Really?
They use that as an excuse.
Huh. Yeah.
I didn't make it that long with her, so she was out of my party by then.
Yeah, I think she was out of mine by then, too.
So they used that as an excuse to put her in.
Or I might have kept her in, but I think they just kept her as a healer, though. I don't know.
I can't remember what I did.
I can't remember either. That was a long time ago now.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess character announcements aren't surprising. At least Robin and Lucina. Lissa and Frederick, I could have gone either way on.
Yeah, I mean they're one of those. They're like
they're important to Awakening, but with all the Fire Emblem characters, would they really add those? The answer is yes.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have been surprised if they didn't add them, but at the same time, them adding them's is also not surprising because they were like some of the main characters in Awakening.
Yeah,
I really I hope I hope I'm not getting this game no matter what. Really, probably it would take a lot for me to get this game, but I would hope that they would, with how many cool Fire Emblem characters they have out there. I hope they at least get some deeper cuts. I hope it's not just all the main ones that you would expect. I hope they get, you know what I mean.
Well, strangely enough, people are complaining about them focusing on Awakening, Fates, and the Morph games.
Yeah.
But in a way, them focusing on those games means deeper cuts, but just from those games. Because they used all the games, and we just be getting all the lords probably from every game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's... I'm not jealous of the people who have to come up with this roster.
I'm not either.
There's in a way, there's no right answer.
Because there's so many games to choose from, and there's so many beloved characters in all of them, and there's so many main characters in all of them. Like you said, if you did choose from all of them, it would become like Dissidia almost. Like you'll pick the two most popular from every single game, and then go. With
and I've seen some people saying no Ike or Roy, no Bai. I'm like, yay, 2 more sword characters, another blue-haired swordsman.
You know they have to put Ike in there.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I love Ike, but from a character diversity standpoint.
Yeah,
but they use some stuff to make them different, though.
So you played Hyrule Warriors. How many characters were in Hyrule Warriors?
I think it ended up in the low teens, whatever.
Okay.
I think they said they were gonna have the most in this one. I think they said it's gonna be around 20-ish. I think we have about 10 now.
But again, just with the sheer amount of Fire Emblem characters,
20
is not that much.
The difference between the roster for this and Hyrule Warriors was, they got the obvious one out of the way, like Impa, Link, of course, Zelda. But then they had the deeper cuts.
They kind of had because there's not nearly as many.
Yes, that made the roster a lot more exciting because there are all these characters you can never play as.
Right. And that's what Fire Emblem is just getting 20 is easy as heck. In fact, you're leaving a bunch out by doing 20, and you're like, like you say, it's a lose-lose. No matter what you do, you're doing something wrong when you're picking these. So,
but
don't do them at all.
I guess I'm happy to see with Lissa they decided hey, she's gonna be an axe character, and for Robin, hey, he's focusing on magic. So that at least makes it different.
Yeah,
instead of Robin using mostly a sword. like you can use.
Yeah, can you imagine with all these sword users, they put Robin in there and then he only uses sword?
Yeah.
It's like you had a chance that, yeah, that would be bad.
I mean, this is a little bit, but yeah, it seems to be mainly focused on magic.
So is Robin, Lisa, and Frederick the only non-sword users at this point?
Maybe.
Put you on the spot, but they're...
Yeah, I do believe so.
Interesting.
I knew they were gonna add Lucina, so that's another one. Again.
Yeah, we're not even talking about her because it's just so obvious.
Yeah.
In fact, like whenever you told me this, I was like, wait a minute, she hasn't been announced already. Like,
yeah.
Kind of like...
I wouldn't be surprised if she was just like a reskin of Marth or Crom.
Smash Bros. All over again.
Yeah. Just an easy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, we probably talked enough about this.
I'm surprised we talked about it that long.
Now this is a little more interesting. This comes from Joe Scrabbles from IGN. Platinum Games recently opened a new Japanese language Twitter account to celebrate its seemingly teasing fans when images that could suggest some of its games released on Wii U could be coming to Nintendo Switch. It began with a picture featuring Bayonetta in her first and second game looks. Some were quick to point out that the background colors of each image match those of the red and blue Switch Joy-Cons. That said, the colors also match the title treatment on each game's box art, so this could be a mere coincidence. However, at the time the story was posted the night before, Platinum posted a second tweet featuring characters from Wii U exclusive The Wonderful 101, clearly playing the game using Switch Joy-Cons and grips. Nintendo was involved in publishing both Bayonetta games and The Wonderful 101 on Wii U, so Switch releases are not outside the realm of possibility. However, The Wonderful 101 frequently used the Wii U's dual-screen support, which could make a port difficult, and some sections of the game actively impossible to replicate. It's been suggested that the latter point could mean a Wonderful 101 sequel, rather than a port, is in works for the Switch. So yeah, more ports, potentially, / sequels. For the Wonderful 101, the whole sequel thing, part of me is like, would they really give that another try because the first one did so badly?
Yeah, I mean, I think the people who played it liked it, right? Am I right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it's just
there are some people who hated it because it's different.
Right.
I didn't get too far into it because you know how things go. Time, school. I really liked what I played of it though. It was really cool and different.
Yeah, I mean, I played a very little bit
Yeah.
of it in your Wii U, but I do love Bayonetta.
I'll say this: if they did announce a sequel, I would go back and try to play the original for sure.
Yeah,
that'd be good motivation.
But I'm sure some people might complain about just like more ports or whatever and stuff. Things, but at the same time, like a lot of people didn't get to play these Wii U games because people didn't buy Wii U's.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, yeah, but this comes out every single time a port is meant like rumored / announced. It's like, what's with all these ports? And it's the same thing. A lot of people getting to play these games and wanted to, but didn't want a Wii U, understandably. Yeah. Now there's going to come on a system that people actually want.
A lot of these, you can give a second life to a lot of these
Yeah.
games, like Pokken and like Bayonetta and
then,
Mario Kart.
Well, yeah,
like,
you continue to sell millions like they're doing with Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Despite it selling really well.
So even though I've played some of it, and I didn't even get to play Bayonetta 2, so that's still like, I'm one of those people, that's a new thing to me. But like, even though I've been able to play some of these games, you've been able to play some of these, it doesn't bother me because there's a lot of people who haven't.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't take away from a new game Nintendo would potentially release to do these ports.
No, okay,
it doesn't take nearly as much effort.
And as we saw at E3, they're still working on, like, they have all their people working on new games. It's not like they're like, oh, hold, like, stop everything, like, we have to, like, do these. A lot of these are, even this is, like, third-party people, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they kind of, they don't own these fans. They just help, they're just associated with them at this point.
Well, and I will say for Bayonetta 2, a lot of people were very upset that it was a Wii U exclusive.
But now it's on the Switch, which everyone loves the Switch. And now
it's actually on a console people like.
Yeah,
so that could be a big thing.
Yeah,
if it was the case.
I love Bayonetta 1, so I'd want to play Bayonetta 2. But there's a lot of people that would.
Okay, so I guess kind of already said it, but just to clarify, if you get a Switch and they announce a Bayonetta 2 port, would you get it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool.
And you can take it on the go and have people give you weird looks when you play that game in public.
Yeah. Say that for a lot of games.
But Bayonetta's kind of particular.
Yeah.
I think I even just play. I think I was playing the first one at some point, like, and like my mom walked in, and I was like,
I can explain.
I was like, I can't explain, but I was like, no, I can't really. Like, it's her hair. I don't know. She uses her hair to, you know.
Her clothes are her hair.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay, moving on. Okay, so recently, the first part of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's DLC came out. Well, we now have some more details about the second part, also known as everyone's most anticipated part.
Yes.
The story DLC. Not much has been said about it. I guess technically hasn't been officially confirmed. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Anuma said at like some kind of Japanese conference thing that in the story DLC, despite everyone wanting to play as Zelda and thinking it, we're playing as Link again. And based on the little teaser trailer thing they give, like 15 seconds, it made some people believe that this could be actually after the events of the main game instead of a prequel like everyone also thought.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, we talked about this a little bit already before the podcast, but now we need to talk about it again. How do you feel? What do you feel about it being Link? Even though, like, I think both of us, me and you both, said that we were kind of like, we thought it'd be cool to play as Zelda and everything, and we thought that might be the direction they're going. But at least me personally, like, I've seen people mad about that, but I think, like, us thinking that we were going to be playing as Zelda wasn't really based off of any
Phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Who would call on a Saturday?
I know.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? What's up?
Be harder to edit this, or impossible.
Oh, yeah. Well, when they're all together, I might be able to. If not, then you're getting a behind-the-scenes look at this. All right, anyway. Us thinking that Zelda, well, we were going to be playing as Zelda, wasn't based off of anything. It was just kind of like us thinking that would be cool. So yeah, the fact that that's not happening, I don't think it's something you could really like. Yeah, I would consider negative.
You could argue they hinted at it with the way they showed the DLC thing in the direct, but you could also say like in this is what they did. They were saying this is what it's going to be focusing on story wise, which I have I'm not alone in this, a theory about if it's the events after the story what this is, but I guess for the sake of not saying spoilers, I won't say it. Yeah. I guess it's not really spoilery. I don't know. It's better not to say it.
Yeah,
I guess.
Better be safe, I guess.
Yeah. But I am very interested. This past or future, I'm okay with it. It's just more Breath of the Wild and more story.
Yeah.
And they did say no matter which way it is, you're going to learn more about Zelda.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jeff, we're back again.
Yep.
I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
Zelda, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, again, really excited. I'm okay with playing as Link, because I guess understand we get a lot of work to, I don't know, redo everything for a different character, without everything in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, you have to, it probably takes a lot. It's a lot easier, at least, to just drop, Link in there.
This.
And you have to think about, like, everything people have, like, leveled up or, like, done, they have all their gear, they have all this other stuff or whatever. If you throw Zelda in there, you have to figure out how to do that by starting over fresh.
Yeah.
And, like, more, like, probably voice acting. Because, like, I mean, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but, like, Zelda talks, right? Like, Zelda just talks, like, openly and everything. Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense for her to be a mute protagonist. So you would have to probably record a lot of, like, dialogue of her talking and stuff, so, I mean, and there's just a lot of things you'd have to, like, it's a lot easier to do this, and they probably, like, they were thinking about this probably long before there was all the rumors and everyone being like, this would be cool to play as Zelda, so this was already probably set in stone.
But where's Linkle? She's in Hyrule Warriors.
Has she ever been in anything other than Hyrule Warriors? Was that, like, the only thing?
She was in a book once, I believe.
That's just like I'm fine with having a female counterpart to Link, but God, Linkle is just the worst name I think they possibly could have picked.
Yeah. Okay, so Darby, you done talking about some Zelda DLC?
I am. Okay. I don't even know if we really talked about it at all, but the phone kind of ruined it. So that's going to be fun to edit.
Yep. Okay. So, we got one more main news story. And it's a pretty big one. Or, not even necessarily one story. But anyway, as I mentioned earlier, there was a Nintendo Direct this week. And it was focusing on the upcoming game, Splatoon 2. Comes out in like 2 weeks. Hype. It was mainly what they call like an overview direct, where they went over pretty much everything about the game for a newcomer, but I think they did a good job of when they were going over old stuff, sprinkling in some new information.
Right.
To keep it exciting. So you've played some Splatoon. You know some stuff about Splatoon.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So I guess this would be a game you get on the Switch, probably?
Absolutely. Yeah. If
Cool.
I had one.
Yeah. I mean,
and when
you always talk about getting one.
And when I'm gonna get one eventually.
Yeah.
Like especially at this point. But yeah, when I do, I'm definitely getting Splatoon.
Cool.
100%.
I'll finally have someone to play with.
Hey.
But yeah, we're planning to do for this. There's a couple news articles based off this, but we'll get to that later. But before that, we'll go over some of the other general stuff.
Okay.
See how you
from the
react to it.
direct.
Yeah.
Okay.
First thing, they completely redid. I'm forgetting the town's name. The HUD world.
Squidville.
Sure. We'll go with
Squidotropolis.
Yeah. Inkopolis. I think that's it.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. Having a brain fart. But yeah, they talked about how they completely redid the city, and for people who don't know, they're, it's the town, and different buildings go to different modes and different shops and all that stuff. It is your HUD.
With weird
really
little
cool.
quirky shopkeepers.
Yes. They replaced them all with new ones. It's great.
Are they all like out of the job? What are they doing?
One of them's now has a food stand.
Poor dude.
Yeah.
Or is it like a really good? Is it one of those like really awesome hipster food stand where he's probably making like more money than like an
probably? I think at the
like,
food stand you can get some buffs or whatever, or if you buy stuff you can get more points or whatever in your upcoming matches.
How about Sheldon? How's Sheldon doing?
Oh, he's still running the weapon shop.
Okay,
he's the one that stayed around.
All right, nice. You can't take his guns away.
No. But they did have this fun little feature where you can kind of skip through his explanation of every new weapon, which got annoying.
Yeah, that did get annoying.
But some other things. This is old news, but they redid all the specials. All the specials you loved from the first game, they're gone. Every special move. Your ultimate moves are completely new.
Is this a good thing?
Yeah, I think they added some cool ones because you got a big jump up and punch to the ground one, like a meteor strike from Doomfist. But I'm trying to think. One I will miss is the bubbler, but the shield thing.
Okay, yeah.
But they added something. A new one they added is you and all your allies around you get like a little shield thing, so you can take like one hit. All your allies can take one hit before you start getting damage. That'd be good. And
it's like the Quinn Witcher sign.
Yes, I'll take your word for it. And the best one, and they call it this. I mean, not officially, but they mention it's like this: a hamster ball. You run around a hamster ball. You load up on ink and then you just explode.
Do you just like run over people with the hamster?
Yes.
It's
fantastic.
I'm into that.
Yes. Let's see. Another thing is new gear abilities. They've added a couple. The old ones that say like increases some of your stats and stuff. There's this. I'm trying to think. I'm having trouble remembering if this was a gear ability or a special, but there's something that you can see through walls. And I can't remember if you can shoot through them at people. I can't remember what the thing about that was. And two of them that kind of go hand in hand, which are interesting, is it affects respawn time. Wow. So when you die, you can respawn faster, or if you kill someone, it takes them long to respawn.
Sounds like a lot of cool different things they're doing with those.
Yeah, and they're allowing you to easier, like, in the last game, what gear ability you got to each piece of gear was random. You have a easier way to choose now.
Okay.
They're giving you more choice with this, which is very welcome. No one cared for the RNG. Oh yeah, another good.
No one cared for the what?
RNG is like it's just a random number generator.
Okay. RNG.
RNG.
Orange. Okay.
Orange. C.
I thought you were saying like the color orange with a Y at the end of it, like it's RNG.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
You probably weren't the only one, Darby.
Sorry.
Another very useful ability that's kind of a game changer. Okay, you know when mainly happened after you died and respawned, you would launch to your teammate.
Right.
But sometimes people would be waiting there for you and shoot you.
Yeah.
And you would do that to them.
Yeah.
And so it got to a point where people didn't really do that. They added an ability to where you can dodge roll when you land if you time it right.
Like, so it's, can you dodge roll any time, or is it just like when you
well, anytime you can only dodge roll with the splat dualies.
Oh.
But this allows you to move in a direction when you land after jumping, which is a big change.
They did it so you could avoid
immediately dying when you do a squid jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like roll a substantial distance or something, or is it just like
it didn't look like a big distance in what they showed.
I mean, I'm guessing they tested it out enough to where it's a big enough distance to avoid getting killed.
And they showed the normal thing of the person shooting at the spot, and then the guy landing, rolling out of the way, and then killing them.
Nice. Right.
So that's
really nice. They're listening to that. Like, that's good. They're like
that's the thing, and I'll say this more. My overall thing once we're done with this, it's may not be the biggest change in the world, but there's definitely a sequel based on a lot of little changes that definitely change up the game and just little, just make the game more enjoyable, make it easier to play and everything, make it more balanced and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, ranked battles. This is something. This explains why I lost my Splatoon bet for new modes. There are no new ranked battle modes. It's the same as the last game. So yeah, other than Salmon Run, there are no really new modes. But people pointed out on I guess the little screen where it shows all of them, there's a slot for a fourth one.
Okay,
so there might be a new one coming.
Yeah, and
since it's Splatoon, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Continues
to support it.
Yeah.
That's a little disappointing, but I mean, those modes are good though. I mean, those modes.
Yeah, it's kind of. I understand why people would want new modes. Like I were two at the same time. It's like the modes they had were really good. So I don't feel like it's reasonable to expect them to get rid of the good modes and try to make something that's as good or better.
Yeah, you could try to focus on making the modes you have as good as possible instead of making a lot of modes that are okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like the approach Overwatch has done too. But although I also, at this point, I want Overwatch to make more modes too.
Yeah. And keep the new modes instead of putting them for events.
Yeah. Which apparently they might be bringing like Lucio Ball back this summer. Apparently they might be doing the Olympic Games again, even though there's no Olympics.
Yeah.
Like someone did some data mine thing. I hope I'm going to have to be able to edit these out. I think I'll be able to. When I put the audio and video together, it should be able to just cut it. So there should be lots of jump cuts, Jeff. Jump cuts, Morty. Jump cuts.
We good now? Okay. Okay. And speaking of Overwatch and frustrating things with new modes, there's a frustrating thing with Salmon Run. The online thing, it's like a timed event. But it's not as bad as it sounds necessarily, because when it is available, it's available for 24 hours, and it seems to be available about every other day. But at the same time, it's like, if you're already doing that, why not just make it available at all times?
Yeah, that seems annoying,
Yeah. I don't know why the Splatoon devs feel like they need to do all this time stuff. Oh, also good news
is wanted to make it more like an event, like everyone gets on to do it, but it's annoying for us who just I just want to play.
Yeah, and very good news for people who played Splatoon 1. You would know about the annoyance that is the 4-hour the time slot thing where you would have 2 stages for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of thing's still there, but they reduced it to 2 hours.
Then it changes. Like it's 2 hours
instead of 4 hours.
Okay.
So it's the 2 stages you would play on Switches more often.
Okay.
I wish they just dropped that in general, but or at least add another stage or 2.
Yeah.
Even like reducing it by half and then adding like another stage would make a big difference to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah. Again, I'm sitting here trying to think. What's the? I mean, I guess. I guess it would force you to actually like play this these maps a good bit and learn them. Whereas like I was comparing it in my head. I compare these 2 games a lot because it's almost like Nintendo's version of this. But like Overwatch has like it's also random what map you go to, but they have the whole pool of maps in there, and you could get any of them. It's not just 2 and then 2 and 2. But
the reason I would say they might do this partly is so. The difference between Splatoon and Overwatch is in Overwatch you go to the map and then you choose your character.
Yeah.
In Splatoon you pick your loadout and then you go into matches. Mm-hmm. So you can see what the maps are and then you can pick what you want to do for that and what gear and stuff based on that. Mm. So because unless they change Splatoon 2 and I haven't noticed, they might have. I can't remember from the test fire I played that you had to go out of online to change weapon and then go back in, which was annoying.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Yeah, so hopefully they change that anyway. Before we get into these articles, the biggest news of this direct.
Oh God, are we? Go ahead.
New idols in Splatoon 2, Pearl and Marina. So yeah, it has the internet excited.
So wait, what exactly? He just showed me like the cringeworthy, awful.
Well, you remember Callie and Mari?
Thing. Yeah, so, I mean, like, so they're just like there.
Yeah, because story reasons, Callie and Mari can't do that anymore, so they're taking their place.
They're dead.
I mean, maybe one of them. We've seen Marie.
Are they actually dead?
Well, we'll find out.
Brutally murdered.
Yeah. The most interesting thing about this, and I understand, like, especially Darby not knowing this, Marina is an Octoling, which is the enemy race you fight in the story mode. Mm. So that's interesting. Living in peace with the little squids.
No more squid racism.
Yep. So that's interesting.
And if you haven't seen Pearl and Marina's rap dance party video, don't do it. You did good. Just continue living your life like that and don't change it at all because it's bad.
Okay, now we'll get into the articles explaining some more stuff from the direct. First one comes from Joe Scrabbles from IGN. Nintendo has announced that it will release Splatoon 2 content updates for around a year. Before that, however, we'll get our final time demo in the form of the game's first Splatfest. During the Splatoon 2 Nintendo Direct, the developer showed off the first of his DLC releases, including a new standard weapon called the Splatbrella, which is awesome. It's like a shotgun, but it opens up like an umbrella, so you can do like a shield rush thing, it looks like.
Nice.
It looks like my kind of weapon. New content will take the form of weapons, gear, and stages. Nintendo did not make clear whether all DLC would be free. I guess they didn't make that clear, but it's kind of implied, I guess, at this point.
For those who haven't played Splatoon, which is a lot of people, what is Splatfest?
Okay, Splatfest is... Oh, wait. Actually... Okay, never mind. The next part of this kind of explains Splatfest in a way. We'll do that first.
Never mind.
Nintendo also said that it will release Splatfest, timed events that see the game's community choosing their preference on a this or that question and then battling to prove their side is better for 2 years. So that's a pretty long time.
Wait.
The content's only going to come out for 1 year, which that's plenty of time with the way they normally have been playing the stuff out. And they already showed some new weapons and stages and stuff, or teased them. The Splatfests are going to go on for 2 whole years.
So, like, before they change?
No, like these are periodic things they do. They're gonna hold Splatfest for 2 years, like every so often for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like that they were just like your one topic, like they'd have hot dogs and cheeseburgers, and it would just last the entire.
Oh no, it only lasts a couple hours, I think.
Okay.
Like this first one lasts 4, and we'll get into that. More surprisingly, as mentioned before, the first Splatfest will take place before the game's release in the form of a final time demo on Saturday, July 15th from 3 to 7 p.m. Pacific time and 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. Players will pick whether cake or ice cream is better, then fight and die to prove their point. Team Ice Cream, already chosen.
I mean, I agree with you, but I wish, but I have like I feel like I would like to coexist more. Like, ice cream, yes, but I'm a lover of all here.
Yeah,
but I wish that it was cake or pie. Cause that's where the like fight really lies. Yeah. That's where everyone's on the front lines and it's gruesome. There's blood everywhere, and I'm Team Pie. Jeff, what are you?
I'd go Team Pie.
All right, we are brothers in arms in this war.
This hypothetical war. We're also brothers in arms in this real one.
It's not hypothetical, Jeff.
Okay,
it's real.
Okay, yeah, and some people who don't know about Splatfest, they do some interesting ones, like a couple random ones they did in Splatoon 1. Autobot or Decepticon? SpongeBob or Patrick?
Ah.
Like, and then they did, like, Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue. I mean, they did some weird ones.
I mean, who cares? But Team Patrick.
Yeah.
No one cares about Pokemon. No one.
Okay. So, yeah, this stuff is cool, and let's mention earlier, they're going to roll out new content. I'm not really sure how many stages are going to be in this game. I guess they didn't make that completely clear. I guess you can go back and count them.
Right.
But they're going to have a couple of them that are from the old game with some new stuff. Moray Tower is one of them, and it has little incline things that you can pretty much fly across the stage. And then, I think the name's right. Do you remember the Port Mackerel, I think it's called?
Yes.
The way they're making that different is you have some sponges that if you shoot with ink, they blow up and they can shrink. So people can hide and do stuff with that.
Oh, okay.
And then they showed off some other stages that look cool.
Interesting.
That can be from DLC and new ones for this game. And then some other weapons, so I really like what they're showing. Now, the second article and the final piece of news from the Direct is arguably the most important, just for Nintendo as a whole. This comes from Heather Alexandra from Kotaku. During this week's Nintendo Direct, Splatoon 2 showcased a mobile feature called Splatnet 2. It will be available as part of the Nintendo Switch online phone app, coming alongside the game on July 21st. So, this is the Nintendo Switch app they've been talking about forever. It's coming out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Splatnet 2 is a mobile phone feature that connects players to the game while they're on the go. Here's what we know. Players will be able to review their previous matches, and I think the Direct said up to 50, for your last 50 matches, player statistics, and examine the gear loadout of allies and opponents. A schedule will keep track of upcoming events such as map rotations for ranked battles and Splatfests. So that's nice, that I can look at my phone and see what stages are available without booting up my game.
That is cool, yeah.
Lifetime inkage is tracked, telling players how much ink they fired. Players can check to see which real-life monuments they could have covered with all their ink. An example they gave is like the Great Pyramids and stuff.
That's hilarious.
And final thing is, gear is available for purchase, which can then be picked up later in the game's hub world in Opolis Square. So yeah, you can go on your phone and see a gear you like that's on the shop. You can buy it with your in-game money and pick it up later.
Interesting, okay.
These features are accessed as part of the upcoming Nintendo Switch online phone app, available for iOS and Android on July 21st. The app can be used to organize private matches and make teams. Players will receive a push notification when invited to a match. Voice chat is also handled with this app. So, new stuff is good. The crap stuff about this is the stuff we already knew about and been complaining about forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, if this was just kind of like a companion app, like you could...
no one would complain and say this is great.
No, like if it had all these features... just kind of like in the like if I could do this stuff on my Switch, but then I could also do it on here, I'd be like, cool, that's awesome or whatever. But the fact that I have to like have this app and use this thing to play the game is just kind of
The thing people being confused about, I don't think you need to play the game. You just needed to do the connect.
But you know, I mean, I meant to play online.
I mean, that's still annoying, but
yeah.
It was just, I don't think it's to play online in general, luckily.
Yeah, but
make it even dumber.
To chat with people and to do, you know,
Okay, I guess important things to point out. When they showed this off during Direct, you open the Nintendo Switch app, and under Games, you can pick Splatoon 2, and it goes to this.
Okay.
They didn't mention anything about how this is going to work. The Nintendo Switch app in general is going to work for games already released. Like, they didn't show anything about Mario Kart 8, which kind of makes sense. I guess they probably should have said more outside of Direct, but makes sense they focus on the Splatoon stuff for this.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, it's not going to connect with Mario Kart 8 at the beginning.
They do really need to start clearing some of this stuff up, though. Nintendo does. Because, I mean, like, there's just lots of confusion when it comes to their online in general and then their voice stuff and everything else. Because they've been very cagey about it, and then this, you know, I mean, like, it's a weird thing for us to just be hearing about this on a Splatoon Direct. Like, they need to have, like, just Nintendo-wide, this is what's happening soon.
Yeah.
Same thing with Virtual Console. There's a lot of things they need to start clearing up soon, or it's just going to get really confusing.
Yeah. But, yeah, other than the stuff that we talked about to death, the voice channel stuff, the stuff they're doing with Splatoon are really cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this stuff is cool for an app. Like, it would be a cool app. It's just,
the stuff you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, I will definitely take advantage of that map rotation schedule.
Yeah, that is really cool. Like, so you see it like in advance, like the feature.
I think that's what it made it sound like. Sorry. So, yeah, I can look to see what maps are playing at the ones I really want to play.
Like,
the ones
like,
I play
tonight, these are open.
Yeah, but if they're maps currently I played a million times, I don't care for at this point. I can just wait till later and not boot it up and everything. I mean, it doesn't take long to do, but
yeah. But you gotta save that precious battery.
Yep. So yeah, that's all the Splatoon 2 Direct stuff, I believe, and I was very pleased with it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what else is awesome?
That's awesome news of the week.
Hey.
Not really going to read an article of this. It's going to say what it pretty much is. And Shadow of War, they announced you can import your, I guess, biggest nemesis from the previous game.
Yeah.
As an update for Shadow of Mordor.
Really cool, like, kind of shout out, thank you to the people who played the other game, that you can carry that over.
Mm-hmm. I saw some people complain about it just because of just some stuff from the previous game, like I don't know, they didn't care about their nemesis or whatever, or at the point they're at, their nemesis cannot be killed or something. I don't know. Stuff I don't know because I didn't play Shadow of Mordor.
I'm guessing it's not something you have to do, right?
Oh, no, it isn't.
So if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But the fact that you
download a patch for Shadow of Mordor and then you do some stuff to upload it.
Oh yeah.
So
just the fact that you have the option seems cool. It was a cool little thing to do.
Yep, I counted it.
Yeah. No, I when I saw that this week, I said that's awesome. So I think it qualifies as that's awesome. Awesome news.
Okay, so that's it for the news, Darby.
All right, Jeff. Well, Jeffrey.
Darby.
Somehow, we are halfway through 2017.
I don't believe it.
It is July. Half of the year is over. Our life is slowly fading away, and we're going to die at some point. Well, but while we're still alive, let's talk about some video games. Jeff, I think, personally, I think this first half of 2017 has probably been one of the best times for video games in my entire life.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We're at the age we don't have the time to enjoy it all.
I know. Like, can you imagine if we were, like, kids when this was happening?
Yep.
These kids don't know what... kids today don't know.
Yep.
They're spoiled. So I just want to talk about just, in general, just this first half. I feel like there are so many awesome games that were just pushing things forward. A lot of them I still need to get to for this first half.
That's going to be a common thing when talking about games from the first half. She was like, I want to play it, but haven't got around to it.
You could just stop right now and just the games from the first half of this year, and that could carry you a long way.
Yep.
Whether you have like Nier, Neo, Horizon, Zelda, freaking ARMS, like of all these, Persona 5.
Yeah.
It's like it just keeps going.
Resident Evil 7.
That feels like so long ago. Like,
Tales of Berseria.
Tales of Berseria, which we played twice.
I need to talk to you about that later.
Okay. But for me personally, just with what I've been able to play, it's obvious to me Horizon is definitely my number one game right now for this first half of the year. And
mine should be obvious.
Yeah, I'm sure yours is Zelda.
Of course.
But looking forward, Jeff.
I do like Ford.
I think personally, the second half of the year also looks like it's going to be
a
freaking crazy time for video games.
Yep.
So I have a list, Jeff. We have a list of games that we know that like have release dates or release windows for this year. So I'm going to go down them, and I want you to tell me, Jeff. Number one, do you think it's going to get delayed? Because that's a common thing that happens.
Yes.
To lots of games, unfortunately. And number two, whether or not you're going to buy said game.
Okay.
And when we are done with this, we're going to say, we've already calculated up, but we're going to say how much money that would cost me and Jeff both if we actually do buy all these games that we want to buy.
Yes.
And it makes us sad, and it realizes how much money we would have if we didn't get into video games. Alright, first game, Jeff. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. It comes out Tuesday. By the time this is out,
11th,
it's pretty much like close to when this podcast is going to get released.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry if you said this, Darby. Did you say we're doing this at least until the end in order release date?
Yes.
Okay. Can't remember if you said that or not. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for doubting you.
It's okay, buddy. So, we're taking this piece by piece, right? So,
yeah.
Alright, so Final Fantasy XII, I'm going to buy it.
Yes.
I'm so nostalgic for this game, and it looks so freaking good. So I am excited to jump into it.
I'm excited to maybe try your copy down the road.
Yeah. So, yeah. And this one's not getting delayed. It comes out Tuesday.
It's getting delayed, man. Square Enix like, no, it hasn't been 5 years. Have fun editing.
It's gonna suck, dude. Okay, so hey, we're back. Another phone break. I'm sorry. Splatoon 2, Jeffrey.
Hype.
Not being delayed.
No.
No. Are you gonna buy it, Jeff?
Of course. Did you hear the last segment?
Yeah, if you
I was all over that.
If you haven't figured it out by now, Jeff's really into Splatoon.
Yes.
I think, and as I said, if I had a Switch, I would buy it. But as of right now, I'm doing this list thinking that I don't have a Switch.
Yes.
All right, Jeff. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Senua's Sacrifice?
Is that what we ended on? Senua? Is that what
Probably.
we decided? All right, sure. Senua's Sacrifice comes out August 8th.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Well, I don't think it's gonna get delayed. And I have it under buy, but it could always change if reviews come out and it's just trash.
Yeah.
And when I say buy, who knows how long after. But since it's a cheaper game and shorter game, that makes me more likely to buy it.
Yeah.
The way things are.
I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I'm saying no for now just to save money, mostly. And I might just play your copy when you're done.
Well, it's digital.
Or
only.
it is digital, okay. I might...
You can borrow my PS4.
Yeah, that's kind of a wait and see for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not completely sold, but I'm definitely interested.
Yeah. It's kind of a wait to see for me, but I'm leaning more towards, like, I'll probably get it.
Yeah. All right, Sonic Mania coming
August
out
15th.
August 15th. Delay or no delay?
No. It can't.
Yeah, we're too early right now still, and it's this game. Yeah.
I will... Yeah. I still see myself not getting this for my Switch. I mean... Just so be a fun game to sit around in handheld mode, and it was only $20.
And for everyone, it gets confusing. This is the 2D Sonic game that's coming out.
It could potentially be the best 2D Sonic game.
Yeah.
Potentially.
This is not the one where you make your own furry.
Yes.
This is the
good
Sonic.
This isn't Game of the Year like Sonic Forces.
Yeah, you're right. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy coming out August 22nd. $40. Obviously not delayed.
I say delay.
You say delay?
No, I don't.
I'm already pre-ordered this game, and Jeff had to. We talked about this before, and I said that I'd pre-ordered it, and then afterwards I was like, "Why?" I can't even remember why I pre-ordered it. Jeff reminded me today. You get Jak and Daxter when you pre-order the game
For the PS4.
Yeah, for the PS4. That's awesome. I already have Jak and Daxter on the PS2 and PS3, but I don't have it on the PS4, and it's free. You know,
why
not get it? So I'm buying it. Jeff hasn't played Uncharted games before, and this would be a weird place to start. So
it would be.
Absolver coming out August 29th
on PC,
2017 on PC.
Yeah, that's just the Steam release date. I couldn't find anything about the PS4 release date, so who knows when that's coming out.
Yeah, you think they're sticking to that release date?
Yeah, or at least on PC.
Yeah, I believe
I'll
so
see
too.
why not. This is definitely a wait and see. I think it's like $20. Just wait to see how it is.
Yeah,
and yeah.
Me too. Very interesting that we talked about it on a previous episode of the podcast, but if you haven't, it's called Absolver. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out.
Yeah. Want to see like how is the game overall and how it is as a multiplayer game, and obviously it needs to come out on PS4.
Yeah, I agree too. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah.
August 29th.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get this one. Not because I think it's like the best game out of this, it's just partly what kind of game it is and the fact it's on the Switch.
And it's just so weird. You just have to get it.
Yeah, after everything I tell you, I have faith this game's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And again, it being an XCOM clone, and it being on the Switch, I can do it in handheld mode. The timing looks really well for me because it's just when we're going back to school, so that's the kind of perfect game I feel like having, just sitting around my dorm room and doing my off time.
Yeah, it's like Fire Emblem is for us a lot. Yeah,
and it's supposed to be a relatively shorter game. So honestly, all of it just kind of adds up to being the perfect game for me for that time. And at this point, I have very little doubt that it'll at least be good at this point because before we were like, what is the abomination? Well, we weren't exactly like that, but most people were.
No, I still take pride in the fact that we saw the good in this game before anyone else did.
Yeah, and now it's like, how good will it be? Because obviously, this wasn't just thrown together; it had care in it.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Obviously, I don't have a Switch, but even if I did, I would probably wait on this game. But that's not saying that it's bad. It's just I feel like this
at that point, I'm getting a physical copy, so you need to play my copy.
That too. Life is Strange Before the Storm, August 31st.
Oh, that's 2 days. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Life is Strange can be in parts, so I can do both for sure.
Yeah, and cheaper.
Yeah.
Prequel Life is Strange, for anyone who knows, whatever. It's like 3 episodes. I'm absolutely getting this.
So am I. Also, for our adding up funds, we're getting the $25 deluxe edition instead of the $17 regular edition. Because it comes with an extra episode where you play as Max.
Yep.
Called the Farewell episode. So
for like $6 more or something like we'll do it.
Yeah, we're like
more than that.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
we'll get that.
Knack 2, September 5th. Our Lord and Savior,
Praise
the Almighty Knack. Okay, we're like I don't think we're there yet, but I think we're getting close enough to where I can start saying it. Delay or no delay?
No delay.
Okay.
I feel like it's still relatively close, so I feel like they gave a release date, it's fine, and I don't know what their sale expectation is for this. This is one that I don't think it matters too much when it comes out, just because what kind of game it is.
Right.
And it being on PlayStation, if it was on a Nintendo console where it had competition, that'd be a little different story in this genre.
Right.
But I'm interested to see how this one does and how it's received, because impressions from E3 have been positive, this, even from people who did not like the first Knack.
Yeah,
and it being $40.
It's interesting. We don't see it too often when there's a game that's received that poorly but gets a sequel. I'm interested to see like how that affects like how the name's kind of been tarnished a little bit. So I'm interested to see how that affects Knack 2. But it also sold really well. But it was also a launch title, and that's probably why it sold really well.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's a sequel.
I mean, there's a lot of like weird things about this. I'm very morbidly curious about what happens with Knack.
I'm interested. I mean, even if it's not received well in the gaming circle and the gaming journalist circle, it could still be received well in the family circle, where since it's 2 players, parents can play with their kids.
I'm more interested in I'm most interested in sales for this. That's where I'm like really curious about. But
that's part of what I mean. Like, it could do well with families and then sell well because of families.
All right, Destiny 2 coming out September 6th.
Or 8th, one of those.
Or 8th, we think. It got moved back like 2 days or something.
I can't remember if it got moved back or forward.
I can't either. But the fact that it got
Turns out that week.
The fact that it got moved to just another time that week.
Oh, wait. I think it's this one because I think it got moved to a Wednesday, which would make sense since it's the day after NAC.
Okay. It's not getting delayed.
No.
This game's coming out. I'm not getting it. It doesn't look like... I'm not... Destiny already wasn't my thing, and this doesn't really seem like it's doing much else.
Nope.
Alright, Metroid Samus Returns, coming out September 15th. This is the 3DS 2D Metroid game that they showed after this Treehouse. I mean, after the Spotlight at E3. I don't think it's getting delayed. They showed a bunch of that game. And
Nintendo's better at showing stuff and giving release dates when they're confident.
Yeah. I'm getting this game because I just really love those old Metroid games, and I'm excited to experience that kind of thing again. And don't really like the art style of this game, but the gameplay looks solid.
Yeah, I think it might look better when it's actually on your screen.
Yeah.
I am not planning on getting this, partly because of my 3DS is not in the best shape, so I have to play it on there. But I will probably borrow his if he lets me, and just everything else that's coming out.
Yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. September 19th. Never would have thought that this would be... I probably wouldn't have gotten it even if it was good, but the fact that, I'm not even considering getting it, and it sounds like a lot of people aren't considering it, and I never would have thought about that with a Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Delay or not delayed? I'm going to say should be delayed.
I'm going to say should be delayed 100%. Will be... I don't think it will be. I think this is just going to be a dumpster fire. I think it's going to be a train wreck, and there's no saving it. Honestly. I don't think it's going to get delayed, but I don't think that means it's going to be good.
Yeah. I just noticed the next game we're about to talk about, it comes out the same week.
Two different fighting games.
Yeah.
Alright, so needless to say, neither of us buying it.
Nope.
Alright, Pokken Tournament DX. What does DX mean? What
Deluxe.
Oh, okay. Pokken Tournament Deluxe, September 22nd. Delay? No.
I mean,
Nintendo,
support.
Nintendo and its support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you really feel a need to get Pokken again on the Switch?
Nah, and if I didn't have as much stuff as I do, I would consider it more because I really enjoyed it and more stuff, and it'd be on the Switch would probably be better as far as our enjoyment.
Right.
But yeah, just with I guess all the games coming out, and the fact we just got a new fighting game. We got potentially ARMS, which is different as a fighting game.
Right.
Don't feel the need as much to get this. Plus, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you change your mind, you've expressed some interest in potentially getting this when you got your Switch.
Yeah, since it would be my first purchase, so first time purchase. But then again, if I get my Switch, that's gonna be a lot of money just on the Switch, and then I'm getting Mario. I mean, come on. Yeah. So and I'd probably get Splatoon. So at some point, I might just want to save money, but I might get it down the road eventually.
Yeah. Luckily for you, you got my Zelda copy.
Yeah, I don't think you're looking to get rid of your Wii U anytime soon. So anyway, we have the game, so it's just
Wish I could get those fighters though.
Middle Earth: Shadow of War, October 10th.
It already got delayed. I don't think it's getting delayed again.
I don't either. When it's already delayed once like that, and they only moved it a few months back, I think that's just to polish more. And
I think it was more like a few.
Or it was 3 weeks or something like that.
I can't remember if it was August or September.
I can't either, but yeah,
4 or 5 weeks at most.
Something like that. Not getting delayed. I'm also not getting it. I respect this game a lot, but it's not really for me that much. And maybe if we weren't in such a crowded games market, I would consider it more. But I'm already not a Lord of the Rings guy. I know you don't have to be to play this game, but it's also just not exactly my thing. But I have a lot of respect for this game.
Yeah. Same thing with Shadow of Mordor. I'm interested to see what they do with the Nemesis system and how that could influence games in the future.
Yeah.
Which I thought we'd be seeing more of an influence by this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of us did. But, yeah. Alright, The Evil Within 2 coming out October 13th. Friday the 13th, I might add.
Whoa.
I think,
Spooky.
if any, number one, I think Bethesda doesn't really delay games very often, especially, and now they're starting to do this thing, announce it and then release it a few months later, which is awesome, by the way. I love it so much. And between that and the fact that this is a horror game set to come out on Friday the 13th, there's no way they let that slide. They let that pass them. The game is coming out.
Again, it's Bethesda, so I'm sure they're confident since they set a release date that this game is ready.
Yeah, this is one that there's a chance I could end up buying it if I see enough other stuff and I get excited enough, but definitely not one that I could say I'm buying for sure. It's just one of those wild cards for me. There's a chance.
More of a sale thing. Plus, I didn't play the Evil Within one, so maybe I should consider doing that first.
That's what I would do too.
Because this seems to be pretty story heavy.
South Park: The Fractured But Whole coming out finally on October 17th.
It can't be delayed again.
Not again. They can't. Not again. We can't do this again.
It's about a year after their original release date.
Jeez.
So it was came out in December. Then got pushed back to March. Then quickly, pushed back to sometime this fiscal year. But we got October.
Anyone listening to this podcast would know you're getting this date one.
Yes. No doubt.
For me, it's one that I might play or copy down the line or something. I didn't really care for the gameplay in Stick of Truth, so I didn't really finish Stick of Truth. I like the gameplay, and I like the way this gameplay looks a lot more so far, but still, it's just so many games. But I might get to these eventually, just not right now. Wolfenstein 2. This is the day, by the way, the next 3 games. This is the day where everything happens. Wolfenstein 2 on October 27th.
How about we just go ahead and say all 3 games? They might influence what we say.
Assassin's Creed Origins on October 27th. And Super Mario Odyssey also on October 27th.
So, Darby, my gut reaction is I feel like one of these games
are going to run. You're going to get the heck out of here.
And I just know for sure it's not going to be Odyssey. Because why will it? Why should it?
Yeah. Something tells me Bethesda is not going to back down.
Yeah. So,
I could maybe see Assassin's Creed, jumping
But then part of me is where would it run to?
Yeah, there's really nowhere to run. Is that what day during the week is that?
Friday.
I mean, maybe the Tuesday before, the Tuesday after. Just anything to not be on the day.
Yeah.
But
I guess we'll say if any of them gets delayed, it'll be Assassin's Creed, but just because it's coming out the same day as both of the other games.
The only ones that could move is Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed. Nintendo's not going anywhere with Mario. It's a different audience.
It's been rumored Mario's been. I mean, just from the standpoint of it not being done, Mario's been done since about the January event, and they just been fixing little bugs here.
And I don't think that Nintendo's going to be scared out of the spot because of Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed. Number one, Mario's much bigger, and number two, it's a completely different audience. It's just not even,
So, different consoles and all that kind of stuff. So,
Wolfenstein 2 and Assassin's Creed, I'm interested in both of those, but not enough to say I'm going to buy it. They're games I might play down the road eventually, but not
after a sale.
Now. Super Mario Odyssey might be what gets me to buy a Switch.
It could be a potential day one for you.
Yeah, that's how much I want to play that game.
Well, for me, it's obviously day one.
yeah.
I mean, that and South Park and I guess Splatoon are the only ones I can say off this list that for sure day one.
Yeah. All right, Call of Duty World War II coming out November 3rd. Call of Duty never moves. Call of Duty's staying. It's yearly at the same time period every year. It's staying. I might actually pick this one up. I'm really interested in this setting, and I'm excited that I'm excited for a Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. And if things keep looking good with this, and if the story looks good, I might not get it day one, but I might look at reviews and stuff. And if it seems like the story and the campaign is substantial enough, I might be in. So I'm excited about that. Mm-hmm. I know you are not, but yeah. Ni no Kuni 2 coming out November 10th.
I don't see it getting delayed just because this is such a niche game. It doesn't matter when it comes out. I don't see it affecting sales a crazy amount.
No, I mean, 'cause it probably has a ceiling already, and the people that are
Yeah.
going to buy it, they're going to buy it. And I feel like it would have been, like, the only reason it would move is you have that to get away from something, but I don't even think it would do that. But we've also been hearing about this game for so much that I have to think that it's done. That it's getting close to done by now. So
yeah, they're putting a date in. They're confident that it's gonna meet that date.
I'm not getting it because there's just too many games. Just way too many games. Maybe
That's
eventually.
a more down the road game, especially if I'm more likely to get this game if I hear the story wise, other than little Easter eggs and stuff that it doesn't really have anything to do with the first game.
Yeah, which it seems like it seems pretty different, like story wise. But also another reason I'm not getting it is because like 7 days later, I will be getting Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Unless like something just changes, it just seems like the story is really a lot more substantial this time, and they're just correcting a lot of the flaws of the first one. Mostly that the first one was not done. Like it was there wasn't a whole lot in it. So I'm definitely probably getting this immediately and playing it over Christmas break. It's just perfect time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I don't think that's getting delayed either. That's staying. That's staying 100% staying. We might have just lost the video, everyone.
Yippee.
Hopefully it stayed this long. Alright, I guess we just won't have video for a while. Anyway, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Just General Holiday 2017 release date.
Yes.
This is one of the ones out of all these that you can most likely make a case for delayed. But I'm sticking to my guns. Not delayed.
Not even, okay.
I mean, so pretty much what I mean is it's going to come out in 2017.
Yeah.
I believe. I feel like they're saying it now. They feel pretty good about it.
At this point, after E3, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like before E3, I did not feel good about that at all. But the fact that they came out there and they were like, "It's holiday," I feel good about that too.
And I feel pretty confident I will probably get this game. Maybe it released or soon after, depending. I know we've talked a fair amount of shit about it. Some character designs and some voice acting and stuff, but overall, I'm so excited. I love the gameplay. I love the general world of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't generally get JRPGs like this much anymore.
Yeah. I definitely, if I was invested in this already, I would probably be considering it more.
And I've been watching, just while I've been playing other games, a playthrough of someone playing the original Xenoblade Chronicles, and it's getting me more hyped.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Fire Emblem Warriors coming out fall 2017, just general fall 2017. I don't think we ever released
not delayed. It's a Warriors game.
Yeah. I'm obviously not getting it, but you played Hyrule Warriors, but you sound a little more down on this one, right?
Yeah, I do. Just a lot of things, and it doesn't like they're doing enough with the gameplay to make it as interesting as Hyrule Warriors. I mean, I'm not saying like Hyrule Warriors was a great deviation from the general Warriors gameplay, but they at least put in a decent amount of Zelda elements to make it interesting.
Yeah.
And made the characters more interesting and everything.
Right.
This seems more like a General Muso game with Fire Emblem character skins, where Hyrule Warriors made you feel like you're a little more in Zelda's world, Hyrule. Mm-hmm. So, I will look at this, but this is quickly turned into, from potentially day one to maybe a sale down the line.
It sucks because we love Fire Emblem, but
and I love a good Warriors game every now and then.
These games just aren't for me. Even
sense.
with things that I like, it's just not my thing. But Sonic Forces, it's just winter 2017. Do you think it's gonna stay in winter 2017?
Oh, yeah. It's not gonna get delayed. I feel like I've been talking about a decent amount, and I guess we haven't seen a crazy amount about it, but
You gonna go make your furry?
Oh, you know it. No, I'm probably not. I was interested in this, but just with everything else, I'm like, I'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I played some of the, I guess they're not modern anymore, some of the not really old Sonic games and like them, but it's been a long time, and a lot of them look pretty bad, and this doesn't look great to me either.
I mean, I've said it before on this podcast, I'm pretty sure, and I'll say it again. I'm 100% positive Sonic Mania will be the better Sonic game. I'm sure you won't have trouble finding many people,
No.
Anyone who agrees
I knew which one. I forgot which one was which name wise, but now that that's okay. I mean, there's no question you're buying this one, but Dot Hack GU last recode, so it's the all the old, or it's the
Dot Hack GU games. All
is it three of them? Three of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Three of them all remastered. Is it remastered or is it okay? Like,
I think so, yeah.
We just don't know the extent of it yet.
Yeah, they haven't said much about it, and they're hinting at potentially new stuff, so hype.
You think it's going to stay in 2017? I mean, it's a port, so.
Yeah. We'll hear more later on, I guess.
Day one?
Probably. I guess I need to see when exactly it comes out.
Yeah, and money and everything.
I can't see it being long after. It just depends.
Yeah.
But I am definitely 1% getting this game. That's a no question.
I want to play yours at some point. I feel like I need to.
Yes.
For being your friend. Which I also played Final Fantasy X for you, and you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, so, you know, I guess that's where our friendship lies. But,
yeah, but they announced the remake.
That's not the same thing.
I know.
Hidden Agenda, which is...
the last game.
I guess just 2017 right now. Don't know a whole lot about it, but it's the Until Dawn. It's supermassive games. It's like everyone uses their phone to like contribute to it. It's like a murder.
New play link. That reminds me, we need to download that to you and.
I downloaded it on my PlayStation, but
cool.
Yeah,
we'll try that at some point. And have impressions.
Yes, so look forward to that. Future, dear listener. Hidden Agenda, I'm very interested in this. We obviously don't know quite enough yet. I mean, like, I'm going to buy it because I think it would just be fun to play with friends.
I mean, yeah, this is a game, unless we just hear stuff before it comes out, that it's just a really terrible game. I can't see myself not buying this game.
I can't see it costing that much, and it would just be fun to play with everyone, with a group of people, you know?
Yeah, especially if PlayLink works well, which, from when I see that you works pretty well.
Yeah.
So...
I think this will stay, but I could potentially see it getting pushed, but I think it'll stay in 2017.
Yeah, I think it'll stay.
I think it'll stay.
For now, yeah.
So, Jeff, with all the games that you said that you want to buy this year, if you actually do go through with all that, you will be spending $375 US.
Point to note, that doesn't count .hack GU and Hidden Agenda because there are no prices available.
So,
also very important to note, which will definitely influence this, because of Best Buy Gamer Club Unlocked or whatever, and I guess Amazon Prime, I will get $20 off almost all these games, except for like the digital ones like Hellblade and Sonic Mania. So you can cut that price by a decent amount. Bless you.
Excuse me. And
so that'll help.
Yeah. If I buy all the games that I want to buy, I will be spending $275 US.
And you're also planning on thinking about getting a Switch.
Yep.
And some of these games that you did not say buy.
So make that like $300, $400, $575 if I do that. And then, yeah. Gaming as a hobby is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. And I feel more confident that you'll end up getting all the games you have highlighted than I am in mine. Because the way you've been talking about these games seems like you'll probably definitely get them, and they're more spread out.
Yeah,
I guess the only one I can see
convince myself that it's okay to.
The only one I can see maybe technically not buying is Hidden Agenda because only one of us really need it. Well, we can split that one.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I agree. And I'll probably. Come that time and with school expenses and everything, there's a good chance I won't get Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront.
At least not right away.
Yeah, that might.
You could get done with Star Wars and be like, "Hey, I want to play Call of Duty," and hear stuff about it.
That could be further down the line.
You could get that for the winter break.
Yeah. Well, let us know what games in 2017 you're looking forward to buying and what you think you're going to buy. Unless if you want to calculate up how much money that's going to cost, do it, and that'll probably convince you to not buy them.
Yep.
That'll probably make you feel real bad about how much money you spend.
I don't feel that bad.
This was actually just a finance podcast where we're telling you to be smarter with your money.
You guys aren't smart with your money.
I'm not smart with money. None of us are smart with our money.
Nope. Okay.
So that was the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast.
Nope. We got one thing. It's new, Darby. It's okay.
Sorry. I gotta get used to it. I'm sorry.
It's time for the goals of the week. Or, I guess, what our goals for the next podcast are.
Yes.
I guess I'll go first, because I kind of said mine earlier. Number one, again, try to do Hitman.
Yeah.
So that way they want to give that a try. Number two, beat Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I like it.
I feel confident, especially since I have more days off this upcoming week.
I like it. Mine, I'm gonna kind of cop out. It's weird. But number 1 is finished. Hearts of Stone, the goal that I kind of failed to do because I made another goal in the middle of the week. But that's not going to take me all that long out there. And I'm just talking about the main story. There's also a slew of side quests that come with it. I'm just talking about the main story of it. So I finished that, and then I'm going to say either beat Unfinished Swan, because I just downloaded that recently and it's really short and stuff, and I could nail through that, or if I do end up getting Final Fantasy 12, and that's where I just want to spend all my time, I want to at least to get several hours and several chapters into that game until I have most of the party. There's a certain area there's a certain story thing that I'm thinking about that I would need to get through to the goal. So basically, just play a substantial start to that.
You know what? I'm gonna add another one, just for the fun of it. I'm gonna watch the Castlevania series.
I'd like to do that too. Yeah.
It's 2 hours or less, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I can add a side goal there. I don't know if I'll finish it by the time.
That's an easy thing to do when I just get home from work and don't feel like exactly playing a game. Just chill and watch some Castlevania.
Yeah. So that's our goals. Let us, again, if you have any goals that you think would be fun for us to do, let us know. All that stuff. We need to get at it. We actually made a pretty long podcast for a post E3 no news week.
Yeah, we had a decent amount of news.
We did have I'm surprised how much news we've been able to find in this. This usually more the drought area, but
it's coming.
Thank you all for listening, and be sure this is a busy time for us. We have Spider-Man that me and Jeff are about to go watch tonight. And we're going to record a spoiler cast for that should be up sometime around when you're hearing this.
Yeah.
It might be a little after this, but it should be soon. And then starting this coming Sunday, Game of Thrones.
Next Sunday. I guess the coming one when you're hearing this.
Yeah, the next Sunday in your life when you're listening.
Time traveling is confusing.
Yeah, it is. We're bad time travelers, but it's Game of Thrones season. I almost feel like it's like ramping up for football season at this point. That's how hyped I am. And it's I'm very, very excited, and I'm really excited that me and you are going to be doing spoiler casts for each and every episode.
Yes.
We basically figured out we just do this anyway. We sit around for an hour after we watch every episode and talk about it. So
that was honestly a main inspiration for this podcast in general.
Kind of was us just sitting up.
Yeah.
At midnight when we have work the next morning and talking about it. So we're going to be doing that every single week. So definitely come along with us and listen.
Yep. We hope to have it, I guess, up the next day. Just depending.
I'm going to try my hardest with this to have it up more timely because it's Game of Thrones and it's vicious. There's so many.
It's a weekly thing.
So we're going to try to stay on top of that stuff. So definitely look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribe to Nerds at Large Spoilercast. That's where all that stuff's going to be going on. It's a different podcast feed because we didn't want to. It'd be weird for that to be on our gaming podcast feed. Wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So that's where that stuff is. Or you can find it all on Nerds at Large at YouTube. Just look it up. You'll find it there. And or follow us on Nerds at Large at Twitter if you want to keep up with all of that junk. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you. See you next time.